students. Today we are going to start a new chapter from your English grammar PC Ren. The name of the chapter is Verb Forms in Conditionals. Firstly, what are conditional sentences? Conditional sentences are sentences that express one thing contingent on something else. So one thing, it is dependent upon the other thing. For example, if it rains, the picnic will be cancelled. So over here, the main clause, it is dependent upon the if clause. What is the if clause in this case? If it rains. So if it rains, what are the chances? The picnic will be cancelled. This is the main clause. Likewise, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. So again, if is a condition. If you study hard, it is a condition. So what will be the consequence of it? If you study hard, the main clause will be you will pass the exam. Conditional sentences have two parts, if clause and the main clause. As we have already discussed, if you study hard. If I talk about this sentence, this is a if clause and you will pass in the exam. Rest part is a main clause. Clear? So the meaning of conditionals depend on the verb forms. There are mainly four types of conditionals: type 0, type 1, type 2 and type 3. Type 0. Pay attention towards type 0. If in type 0, if the if clause is in the simple present, then the main clause will also be in the simple present. As you can see over here, look at the example. If you heat water at 100 degrees, it boils. So if the verb in the if clause is in the simple present, likewise the main clause verb will also be in the simple present, as we have seen now. Similarly, for the next type 1, if the if clause is in the simple present, what will be the effect on the main clause? The main clause will be in the simple future. For example, if it's sunny, we will go to the park. So when we will go to the park? If it's sunny. So when are we likely to use these type of conditional? When we talk about possibilities in the present or in the future. So we will be using type 1 in the cases when we talk about the possibilities in the present or in the future. Moving to type 2, second conditional. If simple past tense is in the if clause, in that case would plus base form will be in the main clause. Have a look at the example. For example, if I won $1 million, I would buy a new car. So over here we have used would plus the base form, that is the first form of the verb. More examples can be, if you worked hard, you would get a first class. So when are we supposed to use the second conditional? In the imaginary situations, in the present or in the future tense. Clear? Then coming to the type 3. In that case, past participle tense is used in the if clause. In that case, we will be using would plus have plus the past participle, that is the third form in the main clause. For example, if the weather had been good, we would have gone water skiing. Again, these are the imaginary situations in the past. So some more examples to these can be, if you had run, you could have caught the bus. Clear? So we will be using the structure would plus have plus the third form of the verb. These are the main four conditionals which we talked about: 0, 1, 2, 3. After that, we have the mixed conditional. What are the mixed conditional? In that case, if clause include the past perfect tense, and it would be used to the would plus the base form of the verb. For example, if I had listened to your advice, I wouldn't be in the mess. So it is a present result of a past condition, something which has happened in the past, some advice which was given in the past, but we are facing the trouble, we are facing the problem in the present. In those cases, we can use the mixed conditional one. The last one, mixed conditional 2. In that case, if plus simple past tense is used, in that case also we have to use would plus have plus the verb third form. For example, if I were a good cook, I would have invited them to dinner. So when are we likely to use mixed conditional 2? Past result of a present or the continuing condition. So over here under it, we have already explained you the present conditional and the perfect conditional, their structure. Clear? Using these conditionals, you are supposed to complete the exercise given on page 38, 39 of your PC Ren grammar book. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.